The Cabinet really pronounced and appreciated the intervention by the Minister of Public Enterprise in the dispute between the unions and the management of Eskom, and it appealed that all the parties must go to the negotiating table and try and find a speedy resolution to the dispute. The Cabinet has strongly condemned the blockages that happened in our highways. The Cabinet tried to reiterate the fact that there are laws in these countries and there are platforms which can be used by any organization or communities on matters that they would like to raise with the state. And it therefore called on the security cluster to do whatever it takes to intervene and bring the perpetrators to justice, those that have disrupted those areas. Then there were quite a number of issues that the Cabinet has approved. The first one being the budget priority framework for 2019. The budget priority framework, as it's normally called the mandate paper, provides the priorities that government will allocate its resources. In the main, those 7 priorities that have been identified are meant to contribute towards the triple challenges that the country faces: unemployment, inequalities, and poverty. So the priorities that have been outlined in this mandate paper are meant to assist in resolving that. The Minister of Mineral and Energy, Minister Gwede Mantashe, briefed the Cabinet on the consultation meetings that she has held with their social partners, in the main being business and together with the labor, in trying to review what is currently happening in the mining sector with a view of trying to come up with interventions that will assist in growing the economy of particularly in the mining sector. And the last issue that I would like to also highlight, this past Cabinet spent a lot of its time in reflecting on the progress reports that are coming from the 14 priorities of the medium-term strategic framework. There is an appreciation of the progress that has been made on some of the targets that this government has committed to do between 2014 and 2019. However, it did reflect on some of the areas where we are not making progress, but it appreciated and approved some of the proposed interventions to make sure that it accelerates the priority targets that are envisaged for this year. But what is going to happen in the coming week, the cluster ministers will hold a media briefing to just unpack some of the progress that has been made on social cohesion issues, on health, on the healthy living, on the education sector, on the economy and growing the economy. All those targets that had been set by the medium-term strategic framework will be unpacked for the period October 2017 to the 30th of March. So we anticipate that the ministers will share with South Africans some of those areas where there is progress and some of the areas where there is lack of that progress. But importantly, what are the interventions that they are putting in place to make sure that our country moves forward?